You can see a kind heart by looking at two features on their face. Welcome, everyone, to Wisdom Vibes. In this bustling life, we sometimes ask ourselves, what truly makes a good person? What qualities are worth cherishing and striving for? Today, we will explore the secrets behind the beauty of goodness, and how each of us can nurture it within our hearts. According to ancient wisdom, a good person, or a virtuous person, is not merely a noun but a state of the soul, a noble life orientation. Compassion is the precious gem in their hearts, urging them towards benevolent actions that bring joy and alleviate suffering in the world around them. At the opposite extreme, wicked, or inhumane, people are those in whom compassion seems to have fallen asleep. They tend to prioritize personal gain above all else, even hesitating not to harm others to achieve their goals. However, this boundary is not always clear-cut. Each of us may have imperfect moments, but what matters is the dominant trend in our thoughts and actions. Think about how you feel when you are around someone who is always caring and helpful. And how do you feel when facing someone who only thinks of themselves? This clear difference is evidence of the power of goodness. One of the first manifestations we can sense in a good person is a benevolent face. This is not just physical beauty but also a reflection of a peaceful and virtuous soul. The wrinkles around the eyes when smiling, the eyes filled with empathy, all create an approachable and trustworthy appearance. Neuroscience has also proven the connection between emotions and facial expressions. When we regularly experience positive emotions such as love, gratitude, and serenity, these emotions gradually imprint on our faces, creating soft and pleasant features. Conversely, anger and anxiety create tense and unapproachable expressions. However, we must also remember that, better to have good wood than beautiful varnish. Outward appearances can sometimes be deceiving. What matters is that we need to observe both actions and words to have a comprehensive view of a person. But, a radiant face, exuding kindness, is still a precious sign for us to feel the warmth from the heart. The deepest and most important manifestation of a good person lies in benevolent actions. These are not just temporary good deeds but a responsible way of life, always thinking of the future and those around us. A person with benevolent actions always considers the long-term consequences of their actions. They understand that every action, no matter how small, can create ripples in life. Therefore, they always try to act cautiously, bringing benefits and minimizing negative impacts. Their foresight is evident in their not only focusing on immediate personal benefits but also building solid foundations for the future of themselves, their families, and their communities. They live responsibly with their words, their work, their loved ones, and society in general. This is the foundation of a meaningful and sustainable life. To become a good person, building a solid moral foundation is extremely important. In many philosophical and religious systems, basic ethical principles have been laid out to guide people to live a virtuous life. In Buddhism, the 5 precepts are the first bricks on the path of spiritual cultivation. The first precept, abstaining from killing, is not simply not taking life but also encompasses respect for all forms of life. It is compassion, understanding the suffering of others and all living beings. The second precept, abstaining from stealing, is respect for the property of others. It does not only stop at not taking what does not belong to us but also extends to not cheating or exploiting others for personal gain. The third precept, abstaining from sexual misconduct, promotes fidelity and respect in relationships. It aims to build healthy relationships based on love and trust. The fourth precept, abstaining from false speech, emphasizes the importance of truthfulness in words. Words have great power, they can heal or divide. Good people always cherish the value of truth. The fifth precept, abstaining from intoxicants, reminds us of mindfulness and responsibility towards ourselves and society. Intoxicants cloud reason, leading to uncontrolled actions and causing many consequences. Practicing the 5 precepts seriously not only helps us avoid wrong actions but also nurtures good qualities in our hearts. An indispensable quality of a good person is integrity. Keeping promises, even the smallest ones, shows respect for others and responsibility for what we have said. Trust is the foundation of all lasting relationships, from family and friends to colleagues and partners. When we keep our word, we build trust with those around us, establish personal credibility, and contribute to the stability of society. Recall the times you felt disappointed when someone didn't keep their promise. That loss of trust can create difficult-to-heal cracks in relationships. Conversely, a person who always keeps their word will be respected and trusted by everyone. In business, integrity is even more critical. A reputable business will attract long-term customers and partners. A trustworthy individual will have more opportunities in their career and life. In life, conflicts and unpleasant things are inevitable. Tolerance is the key that helps us resolve resentment and move towards peace. Tolerance does not mean ignoring or condoning serious wrongdoing. It is the ability to understand that no one is perfect, and anyone can make mistakes. Tolerance allows us to see things more objectively, reduce anger, and open our hearts to forgiveness. When we hold on to resentment, the person who suffers the most is ourselves. Anger erodes the mind, causes stress, and negatively affects health. Tolerance helps us release these negative emotions, bringing serenity to the soul. Try to put yourself in the shoes of others to understand their difficulties and mistakes. Empathy will be the first step towards tolerance. Forgiveness is not only a gift we give to others but also a priceless gift we give to ourselves. We do not live alone on this planet. The living environment has a tremendous impact on the formation of each person's character and lifestyle. A healthy environment, with moral and positive people around us, will create positive influences on our thoughts and actions. We tend to learn from and follow the people we interact with daily. Conversely, a negative environment, with social evils and people with bad behavior, can easily lead us astray. Therefore, choosing a healthy living and working environment is extremely important. Seek out good friends, good teachers, and positive communities to learn and develop yourselves. At the same time, we also need to stay away from toxic environments that can negatively affect our ethics and lifestyle. Near ink, one gets stained black; near a lamp, one gets light. This proverb is always true in every era. When we try to live a virtuous life, we may sometimes face gossip and misunderstandings from others. What is important is that we should not be too concerned about these things but hold firm to our belief in the good values we are pursuing. Not everyone can understand and agree with our good deeds. Sometimes, differences in viewpoints and lifestyles can lead to unkind remarks. However, if we act with all our heart and according to our conscience, those rumors cannot shake us. Focus on living according to the ethical principles you believe in. Time will be the best answer to doubts and misunderstandings. Genuine actions and noble hearts will gradually be recognized by everyone. Do not let negative words discourage you on the path of goodness. Consider them small challenges that help you cultivate perseverance and courage. As a member of society, a good person always recognizes the importance of living in harmony and obeying the law. Even if the rules of society do not completely align with personal ethical principles, we still need to respect and follow them to maintain overall stability and order. The highest goal of goodness is to bring happiness and peace to all beings. Obeying the law is a practical way to show responsibility and compassion for the community. When we respect the law, we contribute to building a more civilized and safer society. In cases of conflict between personal ethics and the law, we need to consider and act wisely, based on the spirit of harmony and mutual respect. Sometimes, compromise and adaptation are necessary to maintain harmony in the community. Remember that a good deed not only benefits an individual but also contributes to the overall development of society. Becoming a good person is a continuous journey, requiring constant effort in cultivating morality and perfecting oneself. Qualities such as compassion, truthfulness, tolerance, and responsibility need to be nurtured and practiced in all aspects of life. This video has provided an insightful look at the factors that make a good person and the methods by which we can cultivate these qualities. Although the path of self-cultivation may be arduous, the benefits it brings are not limited to each individual but also spread to families, communities, and society as a whole, contributing to building a better world. Always remember that every small action stemming from goodness has value and contributes to the common journey towards virtue. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, share it, and subscribe to Wisdom Vibes for more interesting content. Leave a comment below sharing your thoughts and experiences about goodness. Thank you, and see you in the next videos.